I think I've covered with y'all 4.1 or whatever chapter we're on. I don't know what chapter we're on. 4, I think. 4.1, 4.2, and then I covered 3.1 or 5.1, but I have not covered the multiplicative rule as well as the additive rule. We'll go through that now as soon as I can get my stuff right up here. There we go. Checking Miss Reinhardt every time. Miss Reinhardt's supposed to be calling me, filming. And she's back home. So. Okay. I guess she's not there. Okay. Checking to make sure all y'all are there, because every once in a while I get a text and I want to make sure everybody's still there. Okay. Let's go to the handy dandy textbook, and I think chapter 5.2 is the chapter I'm looking at. I think that's where we're going to get into the additive rule. This book does a whole lot better in explaining the additive rule than the 103 book, because 103 book sucks. So the whole point is this one does a whole lot better in explaining the addition rule. And I'm just going to go through, and you can look through the section 5.2. But what I'm looking for is to show you most of your problems are going to be set up in a. There's the general addition rule, but that's not the way I show it. Just give me a second. I'm doing it for a reason. Whatever gives me what I want. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Okay, we'll have to deal with this one. So I'm going to take my handy dandy snipping tool. And I want you to draw this. It's on page 256. And I'm just going to use this to show you how to use the additive rule. We'll just do 5 or 6 questions off of it. Now, most of your questions with the additive rule are going to be in the form of a chart like this one. Okay? Let me pull that out. Go to the whiteboard. Pull that in. So if you actually put this in your notes, you need to put it in your notes, and we need to do about 3 or 4 questions from this one, and that will be pretty much all you need to know for the additive rule. Now, the most missed question that I get from students is when they don't put it in the form of a chart, and you have to put it in the form of a chart. In other words, I give you this long paragraph, and it says a survey was taken, and 18 to 23-year-old students were given the survey. 6 responded, 7 did not respond. And then the age from 24 to 36, 17 responded, and 3 did not respond. And they give you this long paragraph, and you have to make a chart out of that paragraph. That's where they get you. Remember when I told you that half the probability is what? Reading. You have to read. You have to read it, and you have to get from the question, put it in your notes. Now, I do not try to trick you. So most of the time, I'm going to give you the chart. Now, don't try to actually you don't need this whole chart. You need to kind of, let me do this for you because you don't need the whole chart. It's kind of confusing if you do this. Take a black or white. Let's go with white. Let's take that out. Take that out. This is what you'll be given on the, let's see, can I have her? I better just go, I better add her my way. Hold on just a second. Okay, hopefully everybody's still good. Speak up if you don't, if you're not good. Hopefully everybody can see what I'm doing. Okay, so there's your chart that you would be given on a test. And you write down those numbers. The first thing you're going to do is add them all up. Do that, add them all up. Because you've got to know how much is total. Now with the additive law, you only got one thing that you got to worry about. And that is always subtract the overlap. Now, if you got highlighters, you need to get them out because this is where we use our highlighters. You've got crayons, use crayons, colored pens, that's fine. You also need to worry about the word or. Okay, so what they will do is they'll give you a chart like this on a test or the homework, and they'll say, what is the probability of picking a husband with one child? Or one child, sorry. Or one child. They'll say, a husband or one child. I don't really know how it would be worded, but it'd be like that. And this word right here tells you that you're dealing with the additive law. So if you're given a problem on a test, and they give you a chart, and they say probability of husband or one child, this right here tells you that you're going to use the additive law. Now, we'll go ahead and do this one. We know that the total is what? What y'all get when you add all of them up? All of them. You gotta add all of them up. Yes.
Like with each kid or the whole chart?
Whole chart. Thank you. Now I gotta go back. There. 1,700. So the denominator is going to be 1,700. Now I draw a long numerator because you never know how many numbers are going to be at the top. Now you take your handy dandy highlighter and let's just take yellow. We're going to make yellow be a child. And then we're going to let the husband be blue. And then we're going to write those numbers out. The blue, sorry. Okay. So I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to put blue parentheses here. And I'm going to put yellow parentheses right here. And I'm going to put a plus in the middle because we're using the additive law. And this rule right here says always what? Subtract the overlap. So I'm going to put a subtraction symbol, and I'm going to take my red marker and I'm going to subtract the overlap and put the overlap in red parentheses because it's overlap. Make it red before we want.
So the overlap would be 70.
Okay? I've got a 79 is the overlap. Why is 79 the overlap? Because that's where the two highlighters what? So this kind of looks like a green, don't it? So we'll take our handy dandy green marker and we'll change that 79 to a greenish color. Things I do for y'all. Now I take my black marker and I fill in the rest. What's my blue? 172 plus 179 plus 79 plus 70 plus 174. Just place the whole thing. This thing is supposed to be generically, it's supposed to be on the now, somewhere in between now and the end of class, it will change this blue chip, it will change it from an eraser to a different color. Will you please? Good gosh, leave. Alright, so 172 plus 79 plus 174. And then my yellow is 79 plus 17 plus 257. Now, all y'all have to do is what? Do the top. And that's how you do that. And we'll do 2 or 3 more. And another add to bear with me. Things I do for y'all. I think that's everybody now. Wait a minute, so I'll just nope. Okay, he's here. He's on. There we go. Miss Reinhardt, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm good.
Miss Reinhardt.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, she should be able to come back in now.
Hey, I'm here.
All right. So when you add all those up, somebody tell me what you get on the top. I'm sorry, what? 600 even? 699 over 1700, and somebody give me a decimal to 5 decimal places. I'm sorry, what? Yep. Everybody got 4117 at least? So you got a 41% chance. If you put all these on a piece of paper and put them in a hat, you've got a 41% chance of picking a husband that filled out a survey or whatever they're asking, or one child that filled out a survey or whatever they're asking. Number of children under 18 years old, okay. And then picking this child, which is under 18 years old, and a husband, okay? And the husband at work, whatever. Okay? All right, now, I want you to tell me, and I'm going to put the same chart over here because if I try to erase the highlighters, it's going to go crazy and erase the whole thing, so I need to put another chart over here. You use that chart. I want the probability of 0 number of children or 2 or more number of children. Again, that's over 1,700. So do that. Use your highlighters. Yeah, just come on in whenever. How was IHOP? Was it good? How are those waffles? Was they good? Oh, you ate hamburger. Well, I'm glad you ate well.
Man, I said, don't you have class today? I was like, oh, dang.
Just come on in. I know, just come on in whenever. Yeah, we just had a test on Unit 7.
Sunday.
No, we had it today on Unit 7. Yeah, you missed it. Sorry, bud.
Well, I'm sure you have those hard questions that you
Yeah, pretty much. Now, when you do this one, what do you find out? Well, let's take our handy dandy green highlighter, and we're going to highlight 0 kids. And take the blue highlighter, which you're going to be able to see, and highlight that one. So we're going to take the blue highlighter and put there. That's not going to work. Green is 172 plus 94 plus 522 plus, the reason we use plus is the additive law. One 74 plus 15 plus 37. What about the overlap? The what? Oh, you're so grammatically correct. What am I looking for? There ain't none.
I ain't getting
Ain't got none. They don't have any. That's what y'all said. They don't have any. There isn't any. They ain't got none. I live in Clemson and Pendleton and Belton. You ever heard somebody say the word MOUNTAIN? Mount Ann. I come from Mount Ann with a fountain. Why do they say Mount Ann and fountain? Mountain only has like 5 words, 5 letters, MOUNTN, right? Mountain. Belton. I live in Belton, South Carolina. All right, add all that up. What do you get? That's the top. 1340 what? Over 1700, and that comes out to be 5 decimal places. 79235. That's all there is to it. So if you have overlap, you what? If you don't have overlap, you ain't got none. You ain't got none. You ain't got none. All right, let's try another one. I always do the blood because that's a generic question on all placement tests, pretty much with nursing. So I'm going to put one of those up here, but I have to make it because they, you know, something that's helpful on a nursing exam. What do? Take it out of the book. So that's always a good thing to do, so the students can't prepare for it. Let's see. How's the best way to do this? I guess I'll do this. And I'll just do RH positive and RH negative. Something there. And then I'll go over here. I'll put A. I'll put B. And then I'll put O. And then I'll put AB. I think that's all one minute. And then I'll take my handy dandy straight line maker. I suck. It's a whole lot easier to copy and paste it. But you know, all that you learned on CAD, you think they made it generic on other things? No. You know how you can copy from left to right, and it just copies one thing, copies right, left? Don't do that. Don't do that on here. Everything's opposite.
Yeah, I love that feature.
Yeah. You were about to get a phone call from Bill Campbell finally called and told me he could do that job. I was like, okay. I gave him the plat, I gave him the folder, gave him the file, gave him the drawings, files.
Yeah.
I even told him where the traverse points were. That's 12 years ago.
Right.
I tell him where every traverse point. That's one thing I can do. I can remember. That's I know, he's getting better though. He's getting better. Well, he's still out there turning them ankles. He's doing better than I am. All right. 2, 8, 6, 3, 9, 4, 2, 6. I want you to tell me the probability of RH positive or O. And then tell me the probability of RH negative or AB. Find those two first. Well, I gotta fix Reinhardt. Evidently she's falling off the face of the earth.
I'm here.
Miss Reinhardt, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Leave my vibration alone.
I'm not doing anything.
Miss Reinhardt, you there?
Yes.
She's there. Can you not hear her?
Yes.
Type something because I can't hear you. Oh, this stupid.
I'm here.
She can hear you.
Okay, now say something.
Hello.
There. I have to turn on this monstrosity beside me to hear you. Okay. What were you calling me? And did you get kicked out or what?
No, I'm here. No, I'm good. I'm good. I didn't mean to call you.
Okay, you're high. See you later.
I'm fine.
And that's all right. You're high. We understand. Go back to the crack pipe.
All right.
Huh?
All right, cool.
Bye.
Yep.
She's
Bye-bye.
high. She goes to group. She goes to group every now and then. You know, I said
Sometimes
that
if I
one
want
time,
to.
and guess what? I had a student complain. Complained my department head, said that I made fun of people that go to group. You don't know what? There's this thing, it's called a sense of what? Humor, yeah. Sense of humor. What do you think? So, you've got a highlighter that's yellow and a highlighter that's green. So the green is RH positive, and the yellow is O. Now somebody add up all the numbers. What do you get?
40.
All those numbers to be all added up is 30.
40. No, 40.
There. I changed it to an eraser at the beginning of class. And now somehow, even though I have to take this thing and I have to hit it up again, somehow it's going to change to highlighter. Damn Russians. Oh no, it's not the Russians anymore. Y'all saying the latest on CNN? I think it's hilarious. 3 people done got fired from CNN. Why? Anybody know?
False news.
Lying. It's called lying. That's what it's called.
When do they care about that?
Huh?
When do they start caring
I
about
thought they were
that?
Well, it don't now. And one of the producers from CNN was videotaped saying that the only reason they're doing the Russian stories is for ratings. They got them. Yeah, I've got it on Facebook. King. Let me get you started.
I saw that they gave the Russian story 250 times more airtime than the healthcare bill.
Yeah. And you haven't seen anything. They're finally investigating Loretta Lynch. And did you hear about that over the weekend?
You know she went with Bill? And
Yeah, just beating Bill Clinton. Talk about kids.
Yeah.
You can do that over the phone.
Yeah, Bill's never been known for
Yeah, Bill's never been known to do anything behind closed doors, that's for sure. Okay. 2 plus 8 plus 6 plus 3 plus 6 plus 2 minus the overlap, and the overlap I'll put in brackets. What's the overlap? 6. So that's 6 and 10 is 16, that's 19 plus 8, 19 plus 8 is 27, and 21, don't check me.
You're awesome.
I know. 21 over 40, I'm going to show you a trick I learned in the war. Divide both of them by 4, you can get 10 right here. And 4 into 21 would be 5.2 or something like that. What do you do when you divide by 10? Dang old 52%. Dang old, y'all get that right? No, I didn't even use a calculator. It's called capable. Everybody in here is capable of doing that kind of math without using a calculator. But you do have the airheads that work at the cash register that you give them 6 cents and you watch your head explode. I'll do it every time I can. All right, so now we're going to take RH negative. RH negative. So I'm going to take that and we'll color that highlight. And we'll color that blue. RH negative. And color the other one that blue indigo color. And that's going to be AB. So this one we have another overlap. So add up all the colors. The blue is, the light blue is 9 plus 4 plus 2 plus 6 plus 3 plus 6 minus brackets, the overlap, which is again 6. Now, instead of adding everything, you could knock this out with that 6 right there. And 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 9 is 11, plus 9 is 19, 21, 25, or 24 over 40. 24 over 40, divided by 4 over 4. Would be 4, and that would be how much? 8? 8 times 4, or 6.6.
Now that I got it.
Did you get that right? Did you calculate it?
The item. That's my weakness.
Oh yeah. Well, my weakest is subtraction.
I seriously will mess up some ridiculous.
I can mess up 8s.
Really?
Anything having to do with 8s, I'm not very strong at. I have to really sit there. When I add 6 and 8, I take 4 from the 8 and put it with the 6, so I can get 14. If I try to add 8 plus 6 without doing that, I have to count on my fingers, and I detest doing that.
Like glitz in the matrix.
Yeah. Or you could do, if I did 4 plus 8, then I take 2 away from the 4 and make it 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. That's how I do it.
It's funny how people do it differently in the head.
Mm-hmm. Well, we all could learn how to do it with, what's it called? What they teach in school now? What's it called? Common Core, yeah. That's really working out real well. Okay, now that's the additive law. If you have an overlap, you subtract it. If you don't have an overlap, you don't subtract it. As simple as that. And what's the secret word? Or. All right, that's the additive law. Another law that we go into is the multiplicative law. And that may be, this is 4.5.2, this 5.3 probably is the multiplicative law. Yeah, just say multiply law. Multiplicative law. Multiplicative law, here is the restrictions. You have to determine whether it's with replacement or without replacement. Now, they give you a word, independent, dependent. Miss Grant, do you remember which one's which? Out of 103?
No, the independent is without replacement.
Okay. And the dependent is with replacement. All right, now I'll give you a definition of that here in just a minute. The other thing that you have to remember is the word and. The probability of this and that. You see the word and in a test, on a standardized test, when you see probability, parentheses, A and B, you know it's the multiplicative law. That's why I don't learn it, because I always get it back. Look and make sure. It should be in your book also. That's why I don't do dependent from independent, because I always get it mixed up. Okay. Let's say you have and I always do the marble bag, not Marlboro like in cigarettes, but marble like in a round glass ball. Okay.
That's a nice bag.
Shut up.
It is.
Okay. 4 red marbles, 5 green marbles, 6 blue marbles, and 8 green, blue, yellow marbles. That's my favorite color, yellow, so make yellow have the most.
Can you read this definition to you?
No, just tell me which one's which. Which one does, okay, let me say this, because this is the definition they probably have. With replacement means that you're going to put the replacement back in the bag, so that means that it's not going to affect the probability. Does not affect the probability. Well, you got to remember that book is passed backwards, so.
Yeah, the definition is listed.
Yeah, don't read it out of there. Just read it out. If somebody got a Math 120 book, read it out of there. Not affect the probability of the next draw. If replacement does not affect, what does without replacement do? It affects. So somebody look in the 120 book and see which one says not affects and which one says affects, and then you'll have your independent dependent. Okay? All right, while y'all are looking for that, how many marbles do we have in the bag? I got 23? 23 marbles in the bag. Now, how do you add that 23? Well, I took the 6 and 4, and what does that give you? And anybody can add 10 to any number.
22.
Was it 22? Okay.
Dang it.
And then you take that out.
Yeah.
4 and 6 is 10. And then 5 and 5 is 20. It should be 23.
23.
Thank you very much, person that told me the wrong answer.
Yeah, there's one odd number in there.
Who was that told me the wrong answer? Thank you, Miss Reinhardt. Set me up.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I counted.
See, that's the way I add. I take the 4 and the 6, and then I make the 8 and the 7. 5, that's 8 and 2, that's 20, and then just read the total. And that's how some people add. But then when you start to do that in your head, you'll start to add a whole lot faster, especially with double-digit and triple-digit numbers. You ought to be through my algebra class. By the time you get through my algebra classes, you don't even need a calculator. And you can make change at a cash register, too. And not sit there like a PA. Looking for... Let me speak to your manager. Oh, I do it every single time. Manager comes up there. You realize this person can't make change? What do you mean? I said, well, my meal was $20. I mean, my meal was $10.56, and I gave her a $20 bill and 6 cents, and she don't know how to make change. And you have her run in the cash register. I don't know who's the bigger idiot, you or her. Think about it. If you have a business, honestly, let's say. We'll use you, Miss Smith or Williams. I got a Miss Smith in my first class, and y'all remind me of each other. Let's say Miss Williams opens up a boutique, Miss Williams Butterfly Boutique, and she buys this house, and she makes it into an old type boutique type thing, and she hires one of y'all to come in and do her cash register. That's all you do. And you can't add 2 plus 2. You think she's going to hire you? No. She ain't going to hire you because she told me she don't like you. She said she's going to hire somebody that knows how to what? Count. Why would you put somebody in front of a cash register that can't spell mom backwards? I don't know.
You felt sorry for him.
I wouldn't. When it comes to money, I think like Mr. Krabs. Even though I spend it like it's going out of style. But, I like to kind of save, when I can. I don't like to frivolously. But I'm not bad as Mr. Krabs taking condiments to a picnic, and that's your picnic, that's your lunch items, condiments.
Is that time?
Oh, he's awful. You know what they sat on at the employee picnic? Napkins. Oh, he's awful. Anyway, I have no idea what we were talking about. But anyway, 23 is the total. And I want to know, what is the probability of picking 3 red, yellow, let's go with yellow, marbles, one right after the other, one after another, Did anybody look in your book, the 120 book, and see what it said about not affect, independent, and okay, okay. What is the probability of 3 yellows, one right after the other? In other words, if I reach my hand in the bag, pull out one, with replacement, what does that mean? The one that I picked, I'm going to record it, and what am I going to do with the one that I picked? Put it back in the bag. That's what with replacement means. Now that's very important because that's going to be in the question. Some way, somehow. And with it depends on how stupid the book is, and with one book, 103, it's very stupid. You have to just about analyze the whole question and figure out which one it's doing. In your book, the 120 book, it's not that bad. Okay, usually they say with or without replacement. Okay, so that will be given. And now, how many times are you going to reach in the bag? 3. So that's going to be raised to the 3rd power, because it's with replacement. Replacement, remember, we're going to use an exponent. We're going to use an exponent. So, how many yellows are there? There's 8. So that's going to be 8 divided by 23. And you're going to raise that to the 3rd power. Somebody give me that number, decimal, 5 digits. Take 8 divided by 23, put it in parentheses, and raise it to the 3rd power. Tell me what you get. 0.4208. For 4%, you got a 4% chance of picking 3 yellows in a row. Now, let me ask you a question. If you do that, you're going to win a lot of money if you put $100 down, or just a little bit of money? You're going to win a lot of money because the probability is so what? Low. Probability low, you win a lot of money. Probability high, you don't win nothing. Because the banks in Las Vegas are not in the what? Charity business. Yeah, exactly. All right, now let's do without replacement. Well, let's take our handy dandy eraser and let's erase the with replacement, and we're going to put without replacement. Now, what does that mean? Well, you're not going to use an exponent. Somebody tell me what that means as far as the bag and the marbles and stuff. What does that mean? You take a marble, you pull it out, and you put it in your pocket. Everybody got that picture in their head? So what happens to the marbles in the bag once you put that marble in your pocket? It becomes a different amount. So the outcome is affected without replacement. Without replacement. I have to pass that. Yeah, I did. Sorry. Without replacement. With replacement. Sorry. Or did I have it right?
We really don't know.
Just without replacement.
No, without replacement affects. So I had it right. Okay, I had it right. I'm sorry. Let me just go back.
It's independent if it doesn't affect it.
Oh, you looked it up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so put independent on the top one. Okay, so I'm going to take, how many times am I drawing? 3. So I'm going to draw 3 sets of parentheses. And what law are we using? The multiplicative law. So what are we going to do? We're going to multiply. And if there was 8, if you draw 8, then there'd be 8 sets of parentheses. The first one is going to be 8 over 23. What's the second one going to be? Because you put that 1 in your pocket. What's the second one going to be? 7 over 22 and 6 over
21.
All right, now I want you to take your calculator and multiply all that out and give me 5 digits. Hmm. Point what? Now you see the difference? 3% against 4%. There is a difference. But when does the difference not matter? Well, I tell students above 300. When you start getting numbers above 300, doesn't matter which way you do it. But below 300, you start to see a big difference between the two methods, with or without replacement. Now, the reason I choose the marble question is because it's easy for you to picture the bag, it's easy for you to picture the marbles, and it's easy for you to picture the with and without replacement. Okay, because you say to yourself, with replacement means that I'm putting the marble back in to the bag, so therefore it's not affected, therefore it's what? Independent. Okay, so put you a big independent out there. Dependent means that it affects. Now you might see a question about marbles on the test, but most likely you're going to see one about the CDs. And I'm going to pull that one up on the homework because I think y'all do have one on the homework. And I don't want to write it all out. And it is a test question because I make it a test question. So let me find it. This is 5.3, isn't it? 5.3 study plan. And the reason I'm going to study plan is because the person that makes up this homework doesn't put this problem on there. So I have to go find it. What are you talking about? For what? I ain't gonna be here. I can't teach if nobody shows up. Dang, I thought we had it on there.
What if I show up? My only one shows up.
Well, after we make fun of you, after I make fun of you, you will probably leave. To an empty parking lot, an empty hallway, an empty room, and then ask me if did we have class today? Nope. Everybody just turned invisible. Here's your sign.
Something you would need to tell my boss.
Yeah. Oh well, they didn't put it in there, so I'm gonna have to pull it up. Hold on. I'll just go to the applicative and see this.
better than the four. So,
I ain't gonna do this.
Blur it out. Yeah. Psychology said, swear something else will
Yep.
it's like that. It's like that.
Is probability.
That makes such a good so fast.
15, 5, bad, 6.
How about that?
Well, usually I can find it. I've never had this. There we go. Good gracious, what is this, a book?
I'm about to say, what is that name?
I guess it's a book. I'll probably have to go through the whole book to find that one question. I could have done wrote the question by now. But since it's 120 class, and that's the one I actually do have it on the test, I'll make sure. Yep, I'm gonna have to go find it. But bump that. Did I tell you I actually met him at a conference?
Oh, wait, is he the one at Bourne?
Oh my gosh, he could say hello and you'd be bored out of your skull. All right, multiplicative, there we go, 168. Can we go there, or do I have to? 156 and 168. 156. I can't go there. I have to. There we go.
Cool. Moss.
157. Just give me a second. Evidently the
It's like 140.
I know. Okay, there's the roulette table. 4.2. Okay, there is additive law. We're getting there. Okay, here we go. That's the additive law. 4.3. Here we go. 4.3. See if I can find it. See if you see anything about CDs. What's that one say? Oh, okay, they changed it. Now it's baggage scales. With one method of procedure called accepted sampling, a system of of items is randomly selected without what? And the entire batch is accepted if every item in the sample is okay. Among 1,810 airport baggage scales, 102 are defective based on data. 4 are picked. If 4 of the scales are randomly selected, 4, so that means exponent of 4, or you're going to multiply 4 times. But without replacement means that you're going to multiply 4 times. So go ahead and do that. Do this one. So you're going to be 102 over 810, 101 over 8, what? 09, 100 over 808, and 99 over 807. And multiply that out. Can't believe they did away with the CD problem.
Delicious. It's an MP3 problem now.
Yeah.
City, because like, you got that city, like, I don't know what this is. You're like,
Okay, so this one. Be 810 in the bottom and 102. So we picked one. Now we're going to pick the second one. How much will it be? 809. Good. 99 over 807. Multiply all those out. Give me 5 digits. 0, 0, 0, 2, 3. Hold on. Now, I told you if the numbers were above 300 that you could probably use either method. This one is over 300, but this one's not, so you may run into a problem. But let's go ahead and try it. 102 over 810 raised to the what? 4th power. Somebody give me 5 digits on that one. They usually tell you to round to the 4th digit on this. So as you can see, the numbers are very close together. And usually after, if that had been a 200 in the above, in the numerator, you probably wouldn't have seen the difference. Okay, so you have to use, what I'd usually tell students to do is just do both until you get the hang of when you can just use it. If you had 200 over 810, if you started with that, then chances are you wouldn't have to do both methods. You just do 200 over 810 raised to the fourth power, and it would be the same. But since it's 100 instead of 200, then that's why you got a 5, 10, 100,000, 10, 100,000, 10,000, 3, 2 100ths of thousandth difference, which is about the width of a hair. If you're talking about 10,000ths of a foot, right? You don't have a clue, do you?
It's just like everything else in my life.
Yeah. All right, who's got a question? All right, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to shut her down for today. We're going to go over, what chapter is this? 5? Probably the last section, which will be 5 point something, 5.6 or 5.7, which is going to be counting. We're going to go over that Wednesday. Okay? Then I'll leave next Monday up for questions because that'll be about ready for a test on Unit 2. Okay? I'm probably going to skip some sections in chapter 5. I'll have to look at the outline, so I don't need any handies jumping around Monday or Wednesday telling me, oh, skip this section, oh my God. Right now, you're responsible for 4.1, 4.2, 5.1, 5.2, 5.3. All righty? Questions?
Say those again.
No, I don't know. January 15th.
What sections did you say? Is those
4.1, 4.2, 5.1, 5.2, 5.3. Pay attention.
You said it's
Oh, okay.
Are those the only one open on the homework?
I'm going to open them up today.
I'll just make sure there wasn't something open that we learn.
Okay. All right, Skype people, y'all got any questions?